Hi everyone, hope you guys are fine. Your friendly man is here. Hope everything is okay that side. How are you? For us, you're okay in Uganda. How are you, my friends in the US? I know how you're feeling. My fellow content creators in the US, I know how you're suffering because of the ban on TikTok. Oh my goodness, this is so sad. So sad. 170 million users cannot access TikTok in the US. This is so sad, guys, but we hope if Trump takes on, he may bring it back. The Friendly Man empowered by Beaver Organic and Natural Care Products. We are in Uganda, Kampala. I decided to come on, and as a content creator, I'm concerned about the ban of TikTok in the US. So I wanted to tell you some of the reasons and talk about this, see how this is going to affect the content creators, how this is going to affect the world. Why has US decided to close or to ban TikTok from their country? What could be the reasons? What are both the negative effects and the positive effects they're going to do with this? Uh, this issue of banning TikTok has been focused on one main reason. That's what the government of US is focusing on. One main reason. They are focusing on insecurity. And if it comes to insecurity, we all know that the US, they don't joke about that. They will do whatever it takes to make sure that they fight anything which disrupts their security. We all understand that the US is called the world police if it comes to fight terrorism. Anything concerning their security, they don't joke around with it. First and foremost, they decided to ban it off, claiming that TikTok has been misusing Americans' data. For example, collecting the biodata, locations, browsing, IP addresses, and what, and of which Americans say this puts their security at stake. We all know that in China, in their law, one of their laws says that companies, private companies, most of those in IT, they are responsible in helping the Chinese government to collect data and help them in terms of intelligence and security. So Americans, being the spirit of this world, they couldn't allow this to happen. Yeah. So they say 170 million people are at stake, not even them only, even others. So this can infringe and disrupt the move of this country. Wow. A so that's the main reason as to why they focused on closing TikTok, on banning it. There's been some misunderstandings in between the users and the government. For example, Trump, being now the incoming president, he wasn't agreeing with banning of TikTok because for him, he says he believes that TikTok has been good, and we all know that partly of his votes and his campaign being led by his son were done through TikTok, and it is TikTok contributed a lot towards the win of Donald Trump. So for him, he knows what he has been getting from this, and he's been one of those people who is against the ban of TikTok. However, the Supreme Court had decided, the Congress had decided, and the owners of TikTok, Dance Bites, they had also uh, pleaded to the Supreme Court of America to see how they can save this project. However, the Supreme Court didn't do anything. They just like let's just leave it and go. So let's hope in the next 90 days or the next 3 months, Americans may be back to enjoy TikTok. But I've seen very many of Americans mourning, feeling so sad about the closure of TikTok. Let's just go through some few things uh, as why how TikTok is going to affect the closure of TikTok. How is it going to affect US generally? At the same time, me as a content creator, I will look into it in a content creator's angle. How many people are going to be affected? First and foremost, Americans are going to lose a lot of money. 24 US billion dollar and around 200,000 jobs. in 2023 were created just because of TikTok. Are we together? So the closure of this, where have you left those 200,000 people who've been earning directly and indirectly from TikTok? Are we together? So, hey, my goodness. Uh, but before I go to this, unidentified reason as why TikTok may be banned from or has been banned from the US is competition. I'm telling you, TikTok has been one of the most, actually, TikTok has been the most trending app in the world. Most trending app. So this app has been deciding, it has been deciding the trends. Who wins the votes in America? Who can become a superpower? If it's in music, who is going to trend the world? So Americans couldn't allow an external application to come in the country and then decides for them. No, they couldn't leave this out together. So another thing is business competition. These guys feared competition, I'm sure. You see, now for some of us who've been using YouTube, the truth is, ever since TikTok came on market, both YouTube, American company, and Facebook were affected. We are really affected. Very many people shifted from using YouTube to focus on TikTok, and the trends changed completely. Are you getting it? So that's unidentified. I'm talking about it as me, the friendly man, not in an angle of, it's not an official. The official reason, of course, we know it is. The official reason is security. Now we talk about how things move in the world. So, oh my goodness. We're still looking at how it's gonna affect. Now, look at these content creators, man. Guys have been having brand names. People have been doing gigs. Their platform. Someone has spent, let me say, 4 years building up a TikTok account. He's earning money from it. Mhm. What are they going to be doing? It's going to affect them. Then secondly, the culture shift in digital culture. Men are TikTok has been good in shaping trends. You've been seeing all the music videos, all the music challenges starting from TikTok. The music videos starting from TikTok. Now, this is going to change. We are going to see people coming back to YouTube. Uh-huh. Then, if you go to issues of innovations and competition, if TikTok is banned, man, it's going to lose competition. Ever since TikTok came, YouTube had to work hard to change everything from the features. At first, we had YouTube Shorts. They were not so much considered. They were so strict, only 1 minute. You couldn't even be allowed to use songs altogether. There were a lot of laws and complications on using YouTube. But when TikTok came, it created a simple interface, allowing people to use music. Content creation became easy, so people had to shift quickly, and then YouTube had to create a lot of challenges. Like they had to start shaping the interfaces, creating, bringing back the so-called shorts videos. Like they had to change everything, reducing in on the terms and conditions, so that we could be enjoying it. And so, if you look at this situation, man, we shall look at the global impact, global implications. Now, since US is a superpower, there are very many countries which follow US. So the closure of TikTok does not only apply in US. You expect other countries to also follow the same thing. You see now, for us in Uganda here, Facebook was banned. We've been in Uganda for almost now 3 to 4 years. 5 years, 4 years actually, 5. We don't access Facebook. We access it via VPN. That's the only way we can access it. But now, US banning TikTok is gonna give very many people that brave. These countries, different countries, are going to get the brave energy to start closing these apps like nothing. I'm getting it because now the big man has said. So the closure of TikTok is going to affect other countries, because now people are going to start closing apps, banning apps from their countries recklessly. These African leaders were not serious with us, man. I see. And now, if US said that security is their concern, now all those ones who believe in US, like England, France, Germany, all those countries in the NATO, don't you think they're also going to do the same? Because now US said that their privacy of their people is being infringed by Chinese government. Now all countries which are concerned about the safety of their people, like these British countries, European countries, I'm seeing other bans coming. Guys, we may see TikTok being closed in Europe. Oh my goodness. Ay, 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 ay. So, guys, if you look at the market now, let's look at the market now. The market is going to change. In the US, it's been easy to advertise your products or your service just via TikTok. Sit down, talk about what you want to do, what service you offer the public. People just follow your work, they buy, they start following you. But now, this had given people chance, even someone who's having a small business, someone who doesn't have the capacity to advertise with a media agency. That thing doesn't apply in America only. Even us in Uganda, that's how we do it. Most of us use TikTok to advertise our simple businesses. So someone who can't access the media, the mainstream, they open up their small accounts, start advertising. But now, companies and smaller companies, businesses, they will have to change and see what to do, guys. Oh. So really, this is so sad, man. And we're gonna say struggle in this. Anyway, TikTok has one chance to be back in the US. That is after Trump swearing in today, maybe. We may see a plea and he may give a chance to this company to be back in the US altogether. But for me, for my case, I would love seeing them back. Then, and even for us who are doing content, you know, US in terms of payment is one of those countries where you can earn some good money. CRPM, we call it CPRM, like that. So their audience gives good money. Now, if you don't access their audience via TikTok, you have lost the money automatically. So this closure of TikTok in US affects almost the whole country, not US alone. So many of us are going to suffer. Another term and condition I hear, these guys are saying it's either the owners of TikTok have to sell some shares to Americans so that they can have a full control over it. And that's when it will have a chance to be back there. The question remains, will Chinese accept to sell TikTok to Americans because they want to trade the market? And of course, even the owners of TikTok and Chinese, they'll be affected because of this. If you lose 170 million people from a superpower country like America, of course, it affects even your economy. It affects what? You've been seeing the owners of TikTok growing at a very high speed, becoming so rich. Now this is going to affect them too. So guys, I'm your friend. So let's work for these guys so that their TikTok can be back, but on few conditions. I've told you, it's either they have to sell their shares to Americans, or if Trump comes in power, he may bring back TikTok to US. But guys, in America, we are sorry for you guys. I've seen people crying and they're saying RIP TikTok. Of course, you can understand how people are going to be depressed. People have been entertained, have been getting entertainment via TikTok, communicating with their fellows. So just think of what's going to happen to them. Mental health problems are going to increase. Very many things are going to start disturbing them. So that is it, guys. Have a blessed day. Subscribe. Thank you.